Hey, what's up everybody? The other day, one of my Chris F Discord members sent me a message and said, Chris, I just bought a Leverless controller last week and I've been practicing a ton, but I'm absolutely struggling with quarter circle forward motions. What should I do? So I said, don't worry bro, I got you. Let's do a coaching session on stream and I'm going to show you exactly what to learn. And that's what this video is about. Now I go over some beginner practice concepts for learning Leverless, and I also show some more advanced techniques, so whether you're a new Leverless controller or someone who's been playing for a long time, there's going to be something in here and maybe some stuff you haven't even seen before. If you guys enjoyed the information in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps me make more videos like this in the future. But with that over with, let's get right into it. Alright, so Rose, what kind of things are you struggling with on Leverless right now? Because I know you've been playing for what, a couple of days, a week?
I got it last Thursday.
You got it about a week ago, so last Thursday. So today is Tuesday here in Japan, so it might be Tuesday morning for you. What kind of things did you do, and what are you struggling with right now on Leverless? What's giving you like the biggest problem?
One thing I've mainly noticed is that on player 2 side in particular, some motions are very difficult. Like when I try to do a quarter circle forward, I end up doing a lot of dragon punches by accident.
Okay, that's kind of rare.
When you're trying to do certain combos. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because my ring finger isn't used to the inputs yet, but I really end up doing a lot of dragon punches by accident.
Okay, so we gotta work on that then. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to first, what character were you using?
I've been using Mai.
Okay, you're using Mai. Good, so I picked the right character. All right, so let me give you my quick talk about how you want to practice inputs both on the one-player side and the two-player side. So I feel like one big issue that a lot of people have with Leverless is they think it's strictly like a finger motion. So if you're doing a quarter circle forward, you're trying to do a Hadoken motion, right? Like this. And people say, yeah, well, my ring finger is weak. First and foremost, no matter what kind of input method you're using, no matter what kind of trick, SOCD, standard input, I think it's really important just to build the basic muscle memory first. So a lot of people try to do it really fast or try to do it in combos, but you'll never get it quickly and you'll never get it in a combo if you haven't first taught yourself how to do it slowly. And a lot of people say learning Leverless is kind of like learning an instrument, and that's true because you're building new muscle memory. You're doing things you haven't done before, so you have to get it slow before you can do it fast. So first, what I would say is just practice the standard motion and don't focus on SOCD stuff because it changes per game and it's a little bit sometimes more difficult to do the SOCD than the standard. You should be able to do the standard motion. Maybe there's a better way to do it on SOCD, maybe there's a faster way, but in my opinion, if you can't do it at all on standard, that's kind of not good for your overall like progress on learning this kind of controller. So what I would say is first, just do like down, down, forward, forward, down, down, forward, forward, and check your inputs and make sure you're actually getting like a neutral input followed by down, down, forward, forward. Doesn't matter if it's too slow to actually get the move out. You just want to make sure you're building that muscle memory and learning how to do it. Then you can slowly start to speed it up. Now, how do you slowly start speeding it up? What I would say is get your like a timer. Sorry, it's all in Japanese, everybody, but I would literally get a timer, set it for 2 minutes, and then just do like a 2-minute countdown and practice doing down, down, forward, forward, down, down, forward, forward, and pick a speed or a tempo and just get those motions really clean. Then after your 2 minutes are up, take a little break. I don't know, go get a drink, go pee, something, have fun, do whatever you want. Come back and then do another 2-minute session where you go a little bit faster, like just like music, right? This is like your metronome. And make sure it's always clean. And then you kind of just repeat that process until you can do it like 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, until you can get it clean. That's what I would recommend.
Right, because I noticed on the P2 side a lot, I'll just be down and left in the P2 side, and I'll miss the middle input.
Yeah, you'll miss. So you mean the diagonal input, right?
Yes, that's what I mean.
So that's a common issue on Leverless, missing the diagonal input. So usually it's because you're going too fast and you're not actually pushing down and down forward at the same time. You're skipping that input and you're going from down to forward, and you're not actually getting that. So that brings me to my next tip. I think people use their fingers too much when they're playing Leverless. So they think they have to kind of go like down, down, forward, forward. But what I would recommend is taking it as being less of a finger motion and try to add some wrist roll to it. So a lot of people on the two-player side, they say their ring finger is weak. Well, we can take our ring finger out of it by not having to push our ring finger, but by kind of like rolling our hand this way. And if you do it like that, you'll always get the down forward.
Yeah, that feels much better.
See, there you go already. You're probably already getting it just
that
now
makes
from
sense.
that.
Yeah, I was in drumline in high school, so that kind of motion is not exactly alien to me.
Okay, cool. So you're finding it easier?
Yeah,
I can't really see what you're doing. But
You
yes,
can definitely do it a lot faster, more consistently.
see, and you didn't even have to practice. So there you go. You got it already. So especially for those of you guys in chat, if you're having a problem with ring finger stuff, 1-player side, 2-player side, don't make it just finger. Add a bit of wrist roll to it, and it'll make it easier for you to hit those down forwards and not miss it. Now, big thing that people struggle with is Hadoken motions from crouching. Because you're holding down back, then you have to go from down back to down forward to forward. What you can do is, instead of going like this, so like down back, release back, down forward, forward. Instead of doing that, you can actually just hold all 3 buttons down. So here, all my fingers are here, and you kind of release. As opposed to going for a quarter circle forward, you just release them in order. So you're going to release back, release down, and that'll give you a quarter circle forward. Look at my inputs. My input says down, now I'm down forward, now I'm down. So if you're from here, all you have to do is kind of like roll off, and you'll get a fireball input every time. And this is especially good from doing like neutral, like if you're doing like Ryu, and you're going like from neutral and you want to hit crouching medium kick to fireball. What you can do is you can just go crouching medium kick as holding all 3 down, because it'll give you a down input, and then you release, and it'll give you a fireball.
Okay, that's weird, but I see where it's coming from.
It's very weird, but it's a leverless thing. And then on the 1-player side, you just go like release, release, like this, and it'll give you a fireball. So that also works too in neutral. And I can't give props for learning this myself. This was actually from like a Kawano video way back when he was doing like old hitbox videos. I learned this from Kawano. Then we have the third and final way of doing it. Let's go back to the 2-player side, and this is the quote-unquote best way of doing it, and it's the standing Hadoken motion. But I'm actually going to load up Ryu for this because it's much easier to see. First, I'm going to explain the issues with a standard Hadoken motion and why people like the standing Hadoken motion. So with a standard motion on Leverless, even if you're pretty fast, you see how Ryu kind of gets like a little crouch motion because I'm holding down first. Against really, really high level players, like at like top level, like Punk, you know, Mena, Taquito kind of level, some people will actually be able to see your crouch input and then kind of buffer something like a level 3 super from Cammy and counter you because they see that input and they're just waiting to see the fireball come out. What we can do to combat this is the standing Hadoken input, and it's going to be down, forward, jump. And as soon as you push jump, you push whichever attack button you want your quarter circle forward motion to be. So for Ryu, it's quarter circle forward Hadoken. It's a punch. So we go down, forward, jump, plus any level of punch. The reason why this is really good is because if you have down plus jump equals neutral, down, forward plus jump is going to give you the last forward of the quarter circle forward you need. And if you do it as fast as possible, this is a 3-frame input. And if you look at Ryu, there's no crouch input just because it's so fast. It's an instant standing Hadoken. Now the hard part, yeah, there you go. The hard part with this is you have to hold down, forward, down. If you let go of down, forward, you'll get like a forward jump. Which is like the last, you'll get like this jump forward jab, which is like the last thing you want. It's like, woo, and then you die. With mine, it would look like this. Now, if you want to hold it down, all you have to do is hold the punch button, and you'll get the charge version. And there's no crouch motion. And then, of course, you can use this from cancel normals too, like you're doing standing hard punch, fireball. You can do it like this, and you'll never miss.
As long as you release jump as well, it's like you don't immediately jump afterwards.
Yep. Just hold that down forward, and you'll be good to go. And then you can also kind of use the same idea to get some really, really good back walks. So whether you're on the 2-player side or the 1-player side, a lot of people will go like this with their middle finger, and they'll hold down back, and they'll release it down back to walk backwards. But faster than your middle finger, if you just tap jump, you can get these tiny little steps backwards. And if you watch Taquito play, you'll see him do a lot of these little back walks. He's not actually walking back with his middle finger. He's just tapping it with his thumb, and he's adjusting how far he walks back with his thumb. And then you can walk forward with your ring finger and back with your thumb. And this is great for things like fuzzy guard. So if you don't like doing this on the 1-player side, you can just kind of use your thumb a little bit and get these little micro walks. This is really good when your opponent does something like this. He tries to throw you after.
And you just need that little bit of space.
And you just need that little tiny bit of space. Well, against this setup you don't because it's out of range, but imagine you did. And you can do that and you'll be able to get out of throw range, and you'll also block a low really quick.
Yeah, like in my case where you may want to set up your combo into level 1 to get that level 1. Not getting grabbed and thrown out of there is what you want.
Exactly. So maybe something like this. If I set him to block all, as the my player, you go like this. You should be in throw range. Yeah. So you're going to go like this. Then we're going to set Jamie to do an immediate throw. If I stay here, I get thrown. But if I do a little tiny tap to the jump, I get right out of throw range, and if he does a crouching medium kick instead to catch me from shimmying, check this out. I block it. And I can turn both these on, get out of throw range, and come on, CPU. There you go. Block the crouching medium kick because it comes out slower. I know everybody in chat right now is kind of like, but yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, that's definitely going to take a little more time than the other ones. But...
For sure. But it's just something to think about and something to kind of add to your game. So we talked about Hadokens, and then it's just a matter of you practicing all those things I went through and just kind of going over them again and again, slowly building up the speed and making it better. The last thing I want to talk about, which we didn't talk about, you're not going to experience this with Mai, but I'm going to load up a character that you will experience this with. Any Shoto, any character with a Shoryuken input as the same input as their Fireball. So Ryu, Fireball, and Shoryuken. Sometimes this will happen, you'll walk forward, you try to throw a Fireball, you get a Shoryuken, then you die. How can we combat this? I see so much misinformation about this online, it's ridiculous. A lot of people say you have to Tiger Knee it, some people say you have to hit back. That's not true. There are 2 rules. Number 1, if you're walking forward and you want a Hadoken, there has to be a neutral input before your Hadoken input. If there's no neutral input, you're leaving it to chance and timing. So rule number 1, after you walk forward, you have to go neutral. Rule number 2, there has to be a back input. Not a down back, not a Tiger Knee, but there must be a back input after the neutral. If you do that, see this motion? I have a forward here, neutral, and then a half circle forward. If you do forward, neutral, you hit back, and you get some form of half circle forward. It doesn't even have to be perfect. You can miss a single diagonal. You'll always get a Hadoken instead of a Shoryuken. If I try to mess it up on purpose, let's see if I can do it. There you go. But here I had a forward, but I didn't have a neutral input, but I had a half circle forward, but I got a Shoryuken instead. I ended on down forward, that's why the Shoryuken came out. It has to be a forward input plus punch. So forward, neutral, half circle forward, and the Hadoken has to come on your forward input, not your down forward. There, that was perfect. Forward, neutral, this. Then if you think this is hard to do and you're struggling to hit the forward input and not ending on down forward by mistake, you can do the standing Hadoken method at the end, and you'll always push forward and punch on the same frame because your jump and your punch button are coming down together. So this will alleviate any kind of misinputs on the down forward because your punch and your forward input would always come on the same frame. So this is technically like the most effective, clean way of doing it. Forward, neutral, standing Hadoken method. All right, then what other stuff are you struggling with other than Hadoken motions?
I don't always get like medium punch, heavy punch into quarter circle back, that motion. I'm a little slow on the quarter circle back, so I miss that. But again, that's something I can practice, and that'll come with time.
Yeah, it sounds like more of like a time issue for me because you said you started on Thursday, it's Tuesday, so it's been what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, not even 5 full days, I guess. So for 5 full days, you're supposed to be making those kind of mistakes. I'd be surprised if you weren't. And if you're finding it really hard, something that a lot of people don't know, it's kind of jank, but you can set the game speed to 50%. And that gives you extra time to do it, although it does feel really weird. But it makes special cancels a little bit easier. And you can actually see where
like, okay, where in the animation are you looking for in
yeah.
order to cancel?
And you can work on really getting your left hand to hit those motions properly and doing like, it's really weird. I can already
say just rolling my wrist is already helping so much.
There you go. So try rolling your wrist,
on the button press.
Doing that, adding this, and just a matter of practicing consistently. And for practice, I would say a few minutes every day, like even 2 minutes of practice every day is way better than just doing like a 1 hour grind sesh like once a week. Whatever schedule works for you. You don't even need a controller. You can even just practice this shit like on your leg. It's the same thing. You'll know if you're getting it right or not. Like when I was learning this, I was doing this on the train on my way to work when I first got a Leverless controller. I was just like doing this shit. Everyone probably thought I was crazy, but I bet you they can't beat me in Street Fighter 6. Haha. There we go. But yeah, that's it. That was my little Leverless crash course spiel.